Welcome to Mitten Kitchen. We made yogurt, homemade yogurt, and pumpkin granola. I can't believe we did this. I've never made yogurt before, so this is gonna be really interesting. It needs 2 liters, which appears to be about 4.5 cups-ish. So we're gonna go ahead and get that in our Instant Pot. This is whole milk. That is 2. And now 2.5. I'm wondering if I should double this. Why not? Let's double it. Okay, so that's double. It's about half a gallon, it appears. Okay, so we are then going to do something called scald the milk. I've never done this before, but what it says is you want to scald the milk. So we're gonna push the yogurt button, and until the button says boil, which should be about 30 to 40 minutes. That's it for now. So that will take about 30 to 40 minutes. And then we are going to whisk the milk and then take the temperature. We're gonna look for 180 degrees. So this will be about 30 minutes. We will touch back. We're gonna whisk the milk with our little whisk. See if we're at 180. We're gonna click cancel. And then we're gonna cool it down to 105 and then do the starter. So the starter is very similar to like sourdough. It is, but you have to start it essentially. You could do like a pill, like a probiotic pill, but the easiest way they said was just to buy like a cup of yogurt that has the live bacteria already, and we can use that as our starter. We'll see. This is like a whole day process, so this is day 1. Okay, I'm kind of bummed. That did not work. So I just rewatched a different recipe. It's been going for an hour and 20 minutes. It is late, I am tired, and this temperature never got to boil. So it got up to about 105 degrees. So I watched a different video and they actually said we're gonna go ahead and saute this, because what we need to do is get this to about 180. So we're gonna get this to 180, and then we're gonna add in the other yogurt. So that's kind of bummer. I wasted an hour and 20 minutes and I'm just so tired. It's been a long week, it's Friday. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a try. This will be fine once we get through this part over the nighttime. Sorry if I'm a little loopy now. I'm just really out of it. Do you ever have those weeks where you're just so tired? That is typically me on Fridays. I'm exhausted. I'm watching this really interesting docu-series right now too, so it's been entertaining. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this going. They did say to constantly stir this so it doesn't burn. But look at that, already you can tell it's boiling. So this is gonna be good. And the reason that we need it to cool down once it's up is it could kill the bacteria in the other yogurt that we're gonna be adding in, like the starter yogurt. But the reason for it to be up to 180 is just to kind of cleans out this bacteria in the milk is what I was gathering. So, but the whole vision with having this is we're gonna make some breakfast parfaits. We're gonna make some homemade granola, And the first step is for us to make the milk. And so that was super important for me to get this done tonight so we can finish that. It's already going up, so this is really good. It's already at 113. So we're gonna get this going to 180. Okay, we're close to like 150. So we're getting there. So I just purchased a yogurt that has live bacteria, and that's what we're gonna use as our starter. It did sound like you could save some of this yogurt, similar to sourdough starter, it sounds like. So you don't have to purchase it, but obviously if this is like your first time, like it is mine, then I don't have a starter. The other thing that the recipe mentioned was in your Instant Pot lid to actually take out the silicone part. So I've done that. It actually smells really nice. I don't know, it smells very clean smelling, like fresh milk. So we're at like a little over 160, so we're at 20 more degrees to go. So we're just about there. Last I checked, we were at 175. So that was pretty quick once I read that if you do this method, it actually gets there fairly quick. We're at 180. So let's see if you can see that. Yep. I'm gonna take it out now, they said. So we're gonna cancel that, take this out. And we're gonna get this down to like 115 to add in the starter. And then it's just gonna cook for like up to 24 hours. They said the ideal time though is anywhere between like 18 and 20 hours. So I'm gonna try to do like 18 hours. I think that's a good number. And then I'm gonna use a cheesecloth to strain the whey. I don't have like a fancy device or anything. And that should start to create something like a Greek yogurt. That took forever. This is not as easy as I expected. So it's at about 115 now. I'm gonna go ahead and add in that yogurt. Okay, it's so late. We're gonna go ahead and get this in and get this going for the next, 18 to 20 hours. So we're gonna whisk that together. This is my first time. I think I've learned already a lot. I'll recap tomorrow like what I would do differently. But there we go. This will turn into a beautiful yogurt. So I'm gonna put the lid on. Venting is on and we're gonna push yogurt. We're gonna change this to like 20 hours. And we're done. I'll see you tomorrow. It is the next day. Let's see what's going on with our yogurt. I'm a little nervous, to be honest. It took a lot longer last night. Everyone made it sound so easy, and the second video I watched did seem easy. I'm just disappointed in the first part, so we'll see. Wow, it's yogurt. Come take a look. I mean, that's yogurt. That's completely yogurt. I think I'm still gonna let it keep going. I think I said for 18 hours, but this is yogurt. This is totally yogurt. That's random. Wow. So I was definitely discouraged, but that's yogurt, people. So while that finishes up, let's go ahead and start with our pumpkin granola. So we're gonna go ahead and make some pumpkin granola to go along with our yogurt. We'll be storing it in this jar once it's cooled. and ready to be shelf stable. I know it's warm weather. Why are we making pumpkin? I love pumpkin all year long. I will have pumpkin anytime. So that's just a flavor I really enjoy. You can make whatever you want. If you just want more of like vanilla maple syrup flavor, that's okay too. I'm a pumpkin girl and any time of year is pumpkin for me. So we're gonna go ahead with our wet ingredients. I have the oven preheating to 350. We're gonna be using a can of pumpkin, also some maple syrup, some coconut oil, and vanilla for our wet ingredients. We're gonna go ahead and get this into our bowl, and then we will add in the dry ingredients. A lot of people do 2 separate bowls. I only want to do 1 bowl. So we'll do the wet ingredients first and then fold in. Schitt's Creek analogy if you have not watched. We'll fold in the dry ingredients and then we'll get it onto our baking sheet and baking up in the oven. First up, we have our can of pumpkin. Go ahead and get that in our bowl. You don't have to use the whole can. I just like the flavor of pumpkin and we could use that much wet ingredients. So that's gonna be okay for this recipe. Now, an easy way to save pumpkin if you wanna do like half the can, you could just put half the can into like a stasher bag or a Ziploc bag if you use those, and put it in the freezer and then get it out next time when you wanna make another batch. But I think this is pretty shelf stable for a while, so this will be okay for my family. But if you're one person, I think it's a great idea just to put it in the freezer for you to use until next time. Okay, there's our pumpkin. Next up, we're gonna add in some maple syrup. Now, I don't like to give it too much sweetness, but we'll go ahead, I don't know, about 1/3 or 1/4 of a cup. We're gonna add in our vanilla. I don't know, probably like a teaspoon of that. And then about 2 tablespoons or so of the coconut oil. Go ahead and give that a good mix. Now it's pretty warm today, so I know that coconut oil will, with the mixing, will eventually get to the right consistency that we need it to be at. That looks pretty good for the wet ingredients here. I'm going to go ahead and start adding in our spices. So I have some cinnamon. I love cinnamon, so I'm going to add like a lot. You can do whatever amount of cinnamon you like. Next, I'm going to add in some allspice. Just a little bit. It can be kind of strong, but I like the scent and the aroma and the taste when it comes to the seasonings here. A bit of salt, and that should be it with our seasonings. We'll go ahead and give this a mix. Everything will be nice and incorporated while we start adding in our oats. That is ready now for our oats. I'm gonna go ahead and add in 4 cups of oats. I should have got a smaller scoop. Some of the 1 cup is falling out, so we'll do like 5 of these, and that should be about 1 cup. Perfect. Go ahead and give that just a good mix. Look how nice that looks. You might have to add a little bit more of the coconut oil, but we'll see. we're gonna go ahead and add in our nuts. So I have walnuts that we're gonna be using and some pumpkin seeds, because why not? You're making pumpkin granola. So we're gonna do 1 cup of pumpkin seeds. These are just pumpkin seeds and salt. I maybe should have melted my coconut oil, so just keep that in mind. Now we're gonna add in 1 cup of walnuts. Actually, I'm just gonna finish this bag up. So it looks like it's gonna be about, I don't know, maybe 1.5 cups of walnuts, maybe 2 cups. A lot of them are crumbles. Just get them out of the cabinet. And see how easy it comes together to make granola? I do think I'm going to add just a little bit more coconut oil, because it just did not break up like I needed it to. So it's just a little dry. So I'm going to add in a little bit more coconut oil. So it's a little bit more melty now, which is exactly what we wanted. See how that melted so much easier? So if it's hot, you know, where you are, it might already be melted. Now that is just perfect, I would say. Nice and wet. And this is gonna bake really nicely. We'll go ahead and get this on a baking sheet. So we're just gonna go ahead and get this on our baking sheet. I use one of those silicone mats. I really like that. We're just gonna dump it out. Now we're gonna kind of just push it down. We kind of want a nice, like, thinner layer, so that way it gets nice and crispy. Just gonna spread this out. This is gonna bake up really nicely. We got some really nice flavors in here as well. It's gonna go so delicious with our homemade yogurt. I cannot believe we made yogurt. We're gonna strain that soon and get some of the whey out, so it'll be like a more Greek yogurt kind of texture, which is what I prefer, more than like a runny yogurt. Okay, we're gonna get this in the oven for about 25 minutes. Okay, the timer is going off. Let's go ahead and take a look at how our granola is looking. Look at how good that looks. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of fluff it, break it up a little bit like that. And then we're gonna put it in for another 25 minutes. So we kind of fluff it. See those nice big chunks? That's exactly what we want. Those are clusters. Okay, we're gonna pop it back in for 25 minutes. Essentially, we're drying this out. Okay, our timer's going off. Let's see if it is done. Look at how good that is looking. This looks so good. I'm not sure if it's quite done. It looks still a little wet. I'm gonna pop it in, I think, for maybe, I don't know, maybe like 10 more minutes. But I want it a little bit more crunchy. It will also crunch up while it just cools down. But this just seems a little extra still. So I think I'm gonna do 10 more minutes at 350. I literally think this is perfect. And you can tell because it's got a little bit more brown on the edges. And you can feel and hear that it's just a little less wet. So we're gonna let this cool. And look how clustery, I mean, how fun is that gonna be, right? Really nice clusters. And that is because the amount of wet ingredients we use. So I know it seems like a lot to maybe use like a whole can of pumpkin. But look at what that was able to do. That was able to create these really nice clusters. Whereas if you have less wet ingredients, it's not gonna be as clustery, right? It's gonna be more dry. So that's something I've learned along the way while making granola. We're gonna let this cool and we'll give it a taste test. But I love this already. It looks so perfect, which will be really good. We can crumble it on top of our yogurt. So it's been 15 hours for the yogurt. We have a bowl here and cheesecloth, and we're gonna start to strain the whey from the yogurt culture pretty much. The pumpkin granola is cooling. We're gonna get the whey separated, so just in about like an hour, we will have our own parfaits. So let's take a look at what this actually looks like. Wow. That is insane. I've never seen anything like this. This is literally yogurt. Look at this. Gotta get a closer up view, guys. Come on, bring you over. This is literally yogurt. I mean, just look at that consistency. Okay, so I've never used cheesecloth before. This is gonna be my first time ever doing this. But I assume we take the bowl and our cheesecloth, which I just got. It looks like you can reuse this. You just, either the dishwasher, I can't remember if I saw that, or if it just goes, you like hang and dry it. But we will take it however it wants to come to us. Okay, it's kind of like a very large, it's like a blanket. I don't think we need it that large, so I'm gonna like fold it. Maybe that would be better. Fold it. Yeah, that seems good. That will cover our bowl nicely, and we're gonna dump this in. I cannot believe we made yogurt. This is so exciting. I've never done anything like this. I believe just dump it in. Oh, it's a little splattery. Okay, see you. Wow, you can really tell at the bottom how much it's really, kind of looks like cottage cheese, but it definitely, I mean, it smells like yogurt. Okay, so we're gonna start to separate the whey. I'm assuming from what I read, you could have just eaten this like this, but I like mine a little bit more Greek yogurty, and so this will help make this a bit more like Greek yogurt, I'm sorry. So then we kind of just like this, it looks like. Oh, that's cool. Oh, don't spill out. Okay. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have folded it so many times. Okay, I see you. So we're getting out that whey. A lot of the videos I saw just had it like go in the fridge like that, but it's gonna like sit in itself. So how does that whey come out then? This seems more realistic. We'll just kind of squeeze it as best we can. Oh, it's squirting everywhere. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. It seems accurate. Oh, I'm starting to get some of the yogurt out, so maybe I should stop. I'm not sure. Just kind of hold it there. I'm like squeezing it from the top. I think that might be helping. Okay. So let's see what it looks like inside now. Still looks a little liquidy to me. I think you maybe just let it sit in itself. I mean, that does look like Greek yogurt. That's crazy. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna pop this in the fridge like this. I think like this, yeah. Okay. No more playing. Okay, this granola has nicely cooled. We will be able to get into our container, and the yogurt is ready to be strained and put into the container that I will use for the yogurt. So let's get it out of the cheesecloth. Looks nice and creamy. And we'll go ahead and give it a taste test as well. So I did see that there's like a device where you have like a strainer on top, and then I just dropped a ton on the ground, so the dog will be very happy. Not a ton, but definitely a splatter. So maybe the cheesecloth isn't the best idea. It's kind of messy if you ask me. But that is what we did. So you can sweeten this if you're interested with some honey or vanilla. This is just gonna be plain. And then this granola, I mean, just look at that. Like the crunch. Yum. So let's make a little parfait and give it a try. So I just have a jar here. We'll add in some yogurt. I cannot believe we made this. This is so impressive to me. This will be a little taste. So we're just gonna have a little yogurt, and then we'll just break in some of the pumpkin granola. Look at that. So thick and yummy. Let's go ahead and give this a taste test. Oh my gosh. We made yogurt. We made yogurt. I have never done anything like this. This tastes so good. This tastes like store-bought yogurt. This is fantastic. Oh my gosh. You guys have to make this. It's got a little tang to it too. And they said the longer that you let it cook, the more tangy it will get. I like this. Oh, this is so good. I can keep eating that. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe we did this. We made yogurt, homemade yogurt, and pumpkin granola. Okay, so there you have it. We made yogurt and pumpkin granola here in the Mitten Kitchen. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am so impressed that we made yogurt. I've made granola before, but this did turn out so good. I love the clusters. So having that extra wet ingredients makes a big difference. You gotta give this a try. You have to make this. Run to the store and get the ingredients, don't walk. This is so good. Let me know in the comments below if you do make this and if you're impressed with yourself like I am right now. I cannot believe we made yogurt. It's so good. This will be great for breakfast for the week. I'm looking forward to that. With our pumpkin granola, I'm gonna go ahead and store it in this great container. I'm just gonna store it in here. Look at how crunchy this is. It's so good. I am so impressed. It was so easy to make and so fun to make too. I love making just new products. I don't know if this is all gonna fit. We'll make it work. But this is fun. This is nice and shelf stable. Something fun and homemade to make for your pantry. And there you have it. Ready for storage with our yogurt. How fun is that? We made a whole jar of granola. But thanks for joining me in the kitchen today. I'm Amy from the Mitten Kitchen, and I'll see you next week. Have a great one. Bye, everyone.